Well, hello there, motherfuckers. And I wanted to do a little video here. Some people were mentioning the Khabib McGregor fight, and they wanted to hear my opinion on it, the whole situation. And, I'm sure you want to know, like, who I'm siding with, because that's the popular thing. And it's, like, split, pretty much how people are feeling about this. Of course, if you don't like McGregor, this is how it always goes, unfortunately. No one ever wants to assess a situation logically. They don't want to look at it like, just because you don't care for somebody as a person, whether something happens to them, it's always going to be their fault. I mean, let's just admit it. That's how it is in politics. That's how it is with celebrities. That's how it is with musicians. That's how it is with people in your life, right? Like, it's like, say somebody who cheated on you, they get cancer. You're gonna, like, basically say that person deserved it, or whatever the case may be. It's just, you're gonna have a jilted opinion. It's going to be marred by subjectivity. You're not going to be looking at it from a fair standpoint. And so many people don't like Conor McGregor. They see him as egotistical, arrogant, a guy that, most people, don't agree with his way of doing things. And people fail to understand that, McGregor lives this life. He's a performer. He's larger than life. He makes a lot of money based on what he does. He's a giant draw for the UFC. Probably the biggest draw they may have ever had. I mean, take a look at the fight for Mayweather. And that wasn't a UFC fight, but I'm just saying, this guy's a pay-per-view draw. This guy puts asses in the seats. He knows what he's doing. So there was an incident at the beginning of the year where McGregor had thrown a dolly through a bus window, and this was involving Khabib. This was a heated rivalry. Khabib is known for being a quiet guy, but he doesn't exactly hang around quiet people. So, McGregor was being egged on, and, I'm not defending McGregor for doing that violent act. It was dangerous, it was reckless, but it was an emotional reaction. So people remember that incident. This is, keep in mind, like, we're in the courtroom right here of the internet. This hasn't really gone to court. It might end up there. But, you've got that piece of information right there that people are thinking about. They're holding that up, and they're just like, McGregor did this, and we're not going to forget about it. Okay, rightfully so. We can't, like, just conveniently forget what somebody has done in the past when we're assessing a situation or something like a rivalry like this in a feud. So, you had Khabib, who beat McGregor. He got his, you could say he got his revenge. He exacted vengeance upon McGregor. He won the fight. He tapped him out. He tapped out, McGregor, the big mouth, the egotistical guy, with the impressive record. Both of them having pretty impressive records, but Khabib got the win, scored the upset. And Khabib is not even like a, like a he's got a good record, but this is not exactly like a big name. This is not a guy that's very well known. Obviously McGregor has been doing special attraction fights with Mayweather, so his mind wasn't really on the money. It wasn't where his head wasn't where it was supposed to be. He took this guy lightly. He got tapped out. He lost. So, but it didn't end there. So, we're going to be fair. We're going to assess all the details. McGregor's, posse, his guys at ringside, they, started barking at Khabib. They started, he claims that they were saying things about his father, and they egged him on. So, the guy, jumped the barricade, started, throwing punches wildly, and, here's where the differences end. And I think you can probably see, like, what I'm going to say about Khabib here. And, everyone is saying, like, oh, see, Khabib is just doing the same thing McGregor did. Except there's only one big difference. McGregor didn't jump into the crowd and start punching wildly. He didn't start fighting people, you know, and putting, you know, fans, the audience at risk. There was no audience on the bus, right? The only people that were on the bus was, you know, Khabib and his posse. That's all it was. That's the only people he put at risk. Khabib jumping in the crowd, starting throwing, you know, shots wildly. He's putting everybody, you know, the whole UFC audience in jeopardy. You know, and this is a brand, you know, this is a highly sponsored brand on a big format pay-per-view. You know, Dana White is being, like, held responsible for the actions of these fighters. It's, you know, it's his company. So the way I'm looking at this, the way I'm assessing this, is what Khabib did was way worse than what Mcgregor did. To me, there's almost no comparison. I mean, there is a comparison, but there isn't an accurate comparison that you can make. McGregor did was bad. It was against the law. It was assault. But you're talking about putting people's lives. I mean, you're a fighter. You're trained. You're a lethal weapon. You know, and you're putting people's, you know, lives, their health at risk. You're jumping. You don't know who you're going to hit. You don't know if you're going to connect with a pregnant woman's stomach. You don't know if you're, you know, going to hit somebody who's elderly who won't be able to really take that blow and survive. So you're putting everyone at risk. See, McGregor, okay, you could say, you know, he was reckless out on the streets. You know, someone could have been walking by and that pulley could have connected with their head, or, you know, whatever. The glass shards, you know, could have, you know, penetrated somebody's face on the bus. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things you could say. But I'm just saying that what Khabib did, there was definitely more of an opportunity for things to go drastically wrong. And thank God there wasn't anything that went too wrong. But, you know, they're talking about that this guy might not even be allowed back in the country. And we haven't even talked about, like, you know, lawsuits. You know, people who are nearby this fight, you know, you got people who are dishonest. There's frivolous lawsuits abound in this country. You know, you could definitely, you know, not be inaccurate if you said that one of these people might come out with a lawsuit. You know, their lives were put at risk. You know, when you're paying a ticket to go see the UFC, when you're going to, you know, you pay to go see, you know, a fight like this, you're not paying to be a part of that fight. You're expecting that to be, you know, in the octagon. You're expecting that to be kept away from you. You know, you shouldn't have to worry about your own safety. But apparently that's not the case with certain people like Khabib. You know, you need to be on your toes. So, you know, you could definitely see, and Dana White is, you know, he's responsible for the safety of all the people in that building. That's what happens when you hold a, you know, a fight like this. You know, it's like you go to a boxing match. You know, you're gonna expect that you're going to be safe, that you're not going to be one of the people that is going to be, you know, getting connected with one of those punches. You're going to, you know, expect the night of entertainment that's, you know, fun and safe. You know, you shouldn't have to worry about people jumping into the crowd and these people, you know, leaving the show and, you know, becoming a part of your life. So, you know, I have to look at this and I have to say, like, you know, McGregor's not a saint. Never claimed him to be one. But I take a look at it and I see Khabib is, you know, the guy's a dangerous lunatic. I mean, you got to know that you're going up against McGregor. This was nothing new. You already knew that there was going to be personal attacks. That's how he does business. That's why he's gotten as wildly popular as he is. I'm a McGregor fan. I'll be the first one to say this. I'm not going to do gray areas like a lot of people on YouTube and a lot of people on the internet. I'm not going to assess this on ESPN and be, you know, super, you know, like objective and everything. You know, that's not what I am here. You know, I do rants on this channel. I do reviews. I give my opinion. That's what I'm saying. This is completely subjective. So, you know, I'm not going to say I'm a McGregor fan. I don't like Khabib. But why am I, you know, against Khabib in this video, you know, in this rant that I'm doing? I'm doing it because I think that it's way worse. That's my opinion. I think that, you know, to compare these two incidents, I think there was a lot more that could have went wrong with what Khabib did. and there's going to be giant repercussions. I mean, he might not be allowed back in the country. He's probably going to be stripped of the belt. Dana White could be facing a lot of lawsuits. Khabib himself might be facing certain lawsuits. He might have to come back to the country to be tried. You don't know what could happen as a cause of this. So, this is probably not over. Knowing the way how people are in this country, and when they see an opportunity to make a quick buck, you could bet your ass that this is probably not over, and that, Khabib is probably going to be in trouble. Dana White is probably going to be facing, certain inconveniences, to say the very least, legally. So there you go, guys. There's my assessment on the situation. I think that, this is definitely not all said and done. The book has definitely not been shut when it comes to this situation. So there you go, guys. So if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see me talk about other topics, we don't really talk about the UFC that much, but this definitely called for a video, and a few people were requesting it, so I thought I'd do it. But anyway, guys, subscribe if you haven't already. Guys, please, if you can, take the time to check to see if you're still subscribed. I greatly appreciate that. YouTube is, definitely playing around with the sub numbers. I can see it. People are saying they're seeing it as well. Also, click the bell so you get notifications when I post all my new videos. Check out some of the other videos I have posted here. And thank you for watching, guys. Until next time.